That's what America teaches you. From your youth. You don't stand a chance from the time that you're a child.
So they want you in their school system at a young age. Before you can even wipe your own ass, you're at school being taught by some damn devils how to live your life. You don't even know how to wipe your own ass, man. You don't even know how to shake it, you know?
Don't know not to shake it more than 3 times.
Yeah.
Don't know how to tie your shoes.
But here he is, he's putting thoughts in your mind. What do you want to be when you grow up? When I was younger, I said I wanted to be a firefighter. You know, things like that. But you tell Esau, what do you want to be? A policeman?
I said I wanted to be a fucking astronaut.
Yeah, you know?
I'm pretty sure I said I wanted to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. Some dumb. I think I have it on a cube. Like my parents still have it, like written down, like what I want to be when I grow up and all this other nonsense. Now what they're doing is they're telling kids you can choose whether you want to be a boy or a girl. It went from that to total.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just for the camera, Slovakia, we have the verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered in his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem.
The strangers carried away the riches of the temple. Carried away the. Hey, it says that they were digging up the bones of kings, princes, and robbing their graves. They would dig up their graves and just steal all the gold and the silver out, and just throw their bones out. Just cast their bones out. Lay on the floor like shit. That's what the Esau and these other nations were doing. You know, that's what they've been doing. That's what they always do.
Yeah, God. In the Apocrypha, it tells you when they were stealing the Babylonians, they were stealing all the Lord's golden cups.
Yeah.
You know.
That's in the Maccabees.
Is it Maccabees? I thought it was Esdras.
The Maccabees. And it tells you how the Antiochus went in there. It's the first Maccabees.
It is First Maccabees, chapter 1, and First Maccabees 1, and I'm going to start at 17, actually 16. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion over two realms.
Yeah, because the Greeks broke up into four realms, the 4 provinces, because you had Lacedaemon, Cassander, Ptolemy, and Seleucus. These are the different generals of Alexander, and they divided the kingdom up amongst themselves into 4 regions, or realms as they call it in the scriptures. And so the Ptolemies had conquered Egypt.
That's when you get Cleopatra. Cleopatra, she was a daughter of Ptolemy. They're Edomites ruling in Egypt.
Yep. And so what Antiochus, which he came out of the line of the Seleucid dynasty. Antiochus said he wanted to rule over 2 realms. Even going back to Revelation, it said that they should take piece of the earth from the earth and kill one another. And so that's what Antiochus, he was going after his own brother, to take over his portion of the kingdom. he wanted to be the ruler of two realms. So that's why he went up against Egypt, which the Egyptians weren't ruling at that time. It was Ptolemy.
It says, wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled.
See, Ptolemy, it says Ptolemy was the king of Egypt. Ptolemy is an Edomite. He's Greek.
Yep. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Cleopatra is Ptolemy's daughter.
You got hella Jakes. Hella them black conscious Jakes.
Yeah.
Talking about Cleopatra.
Yeah, Cleopatra is not a so-called black woman.
Not.
Or a so-called African woman. She's an Edomite.
If you believe that, you're sorely confounded.
Yep. And the scripture proves it. Okay? It says, but Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof, and the tables of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials,
which all these things were made of gold, man.
Silver.
All these things we're talking about were made of gold and silver. Because when you go and you read in
Kings,
when you read in I think Exodus, when the Lord is talking about how He wants his temple built, his tabernacle built, it talks about how all these things being overlaid with gold. This is going to be overlaid with gold. This is going to be a beaten work of pure gold.
And then when Solomon got into power, then they mastered it.
Yeah.
And then they went all out. See, like Solomon had shields made of gold for his mightiness.
That's what they had broke into and stolen from us. Those treasures, all that gold and stuff that all these vessels were made out of. Could you imagine that? Eating with forks and spoons out of plates and bowls of gold, pure gold, lit by candlelight. The candle holders are made of pure gold, man.
Yep. Yeah, because they hold a vibration. So just being like, they say like you by you wearing gold and silver, like your body absorbs that, and it helps with like depression, and it helps with like what is it? Not Alzheimer's. Where you get like back problems and stuff. Oh, arthritis. Yeah, that's why they make all those copper bracelets that supposedly help with arthritis, because those metals are absorbed.
Oh, we got a spirit too.
Yeah, it got a spirit.
Like when you see Jake, you see the different rappers, and they just shine like shining, It's got a spirit to it.
And that's not even pure gold. With the angels that come down, they're wearing gold breastplates. That's pure gold, bro. It's like the chariots are made of gold. It says, and the table of the shewbread. And another thing about that, they say gold, like pure gold, it doesn't react with your body. So like that's why they make like if you break a bone, you can get like a gold screw in your knee and stuff, and it's not gonna cause cancer to develop and stuff like that. It's I forget the term for it, but it's like universal. Yeah.
Like if you go, if you ever been to get like a MRI, it's like a giant magnet. And they tell you they ask you if you had any surgeries, if you have any implants, if you got any metals on you. But if you got gold, that it's not magnetized.
Yep.
It won't be it doesn't have a magnetic pull.
Yeah. Cool. It says
that's why if you go to a jeweler and you bring him gold, he'll grab a magnet.
That's the first step.
And he'll see if it sticks.
Yep. It says, verse 21, actually, verse 22, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were, so that the prince and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble.
That's that confusion of face, man.
Because even during those times, like right around those times, you had Jake that were in Greece, okay, and then you had Jake joining up with Greece, okay. Then Jake was shamefaced because all the hell, all the calamities. Jake was just like,
that's exactly what that means.
yeah.
You know, like if you you've been a successful businessman your whole life. You own like 6 companies and you employ like 3,000 workers and whatnot. And then out of nowhere, the IRS audits you and finds discrepancies and just tears down everything. You lose all your businesses, your house, your car, your wife, your kids leave. You're gonna have a confused fucking look on your face. You'll be like, God damn, how did this happen?
You're not gonna even want to show your face. You're gonna be so ashamed, you know?
Crying in a corner. Bugged out. Which that's gonna happen. These businesses start shutting down, man. Really start shutting down. What do you think the owners of these businesses are gonna do? Where are they gonna go? Jake got you got Jake's that own businesses, local businesses, things like that. You know, all their chips are in this place, man.
Says, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed.
Yeah, the beauty of women was changed.
Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. After 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude. Then he cometh not with the still.
And you read further, he tells you that he came to collect tribute, and he pretty much said Simon. He came to just smack Israel again.
Says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit.
Psalm 55, that's the devil. He's a deceiver. This is Esau, man. It's a history right here. Go ahead.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore.
Look, he came back and just smacked it again. As if the first time wasn't enough.
Yep.
That's why I said that Epiphanes was a wicked root. Came out of the Seleucids.
That's why it says in Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Yeah, that's very violent. You destroy, you rob them, you rob the shit out of them. You slaughter them, and then you come back, and then they give you credence, meaning they pretty much bow the knee to you, and you smack them again. That's violence, man. That's a continual struggle.
It says, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, you're gonna be ashamed because of this. All right, these sins are gonna stick upon you, and they're just like they're being stuck on you now. They're gonna be fully known in the kingdom of heaven, and you ain't gonna be able to. your wickedness is going to follow you everywhere. That's all you're going to be known for. You're going to be called the border of wickedness. Wherever Esau is, that's the border of wickedness.
Just like before. All these nations should chase after you like a thief. It's going to be brought back to that, man. The kingdom of heaven is going to be 1,000-year slocket. The slavery that's going to take place in the kingdom is going to be a long, harsh 1,000 years, man. That's going to be the brutality of the first 1,000 years of the kingdom, man. And then Esau's going to get the shit end of the stick. Everybody's going to hate you guys, man. Just like right now, these heathen, one time they looked up to you. Now they're afraid of you. But then soon, all that fear is going to come off of them, man. They're going to start fighting against you. The reason why they don't mess with you right now is because they know it's not the time yet. The Lord didn't put that spirit on them fully to come up. But pretty soon He's going to wake them up to just snap.
Yeah, because America's going to collapse.
Yep.
They're going to say, how has the Golden City ceased? You know, when this place collapses, that's when all these nations are going to be like, all right,
it's go time.
Now let's shoot it.
It says, and when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. They built the city of David with a great strong wall and with mighty towers and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. Yeah, so within the city, within Jerusalem, they fortified themselves. All right, and it says that they would go about vexing Israel. So they were just chilling in Israel, you know, in a stronghold, and they would come out and just kick ass, and then go back into the stronghold. Yeah. This is Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh is the judge, He putteth down one and setteth up another. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and He poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall bring them out and drink them. Yeah, so everything that we went through, times more, a lot worse, He's going to have to go through that. Hey, because the scripture said we drank. Okay, we drank of that cup. We drank of that cup of trembling, which is slavery. And Esau, he going to have to wring out the worst things that we went through. You bringing it out to filter it, and then he's going to drink it at its worst form. You know, all these nations went through something, but Esau, man, he's going to go through it the worst. In our kingdom, the heathen are going to be eternal slaves. Okay, but like it tells you back in Daniel, which I'm going to get that really quick. This is Daniel chapter 7. Okay. 7 and verse 7. And right here. It says, Daniel 7 and 11. I beheld them because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a short season, for a season and time. So those other beasts is the other nations, man. they're going to be prolonged. The Lord has a use for them, which is they're going to be eternal slaves. But Esau, the beast, okay, they're going to be destroyed. He's going to give them to the burning flame. It tells you, Obadiah, that we're going to bundle them up in a bonfire, man, and exterminate them. They're going to be eradicated, man, from off the face of the earth. It says there shall be none remaining of the house of Esau. None. No survivor. When you look up that word in the Hebrew for survivor or remaining, it says survivor. So there's going to be no survivor of Edomites after those 1,000 years. But the other nations, their life is going to be prolonged. They're gonna still live. They're gonna have their lands back.
Well, the Lord said He was gonna leave neither root nor branch.
Yeah.
For the Edomites.
That whole family tree, their whole existence.
If you rip something out of the ground by the root, it's not gonna grow again.
Yep.
And if you don't leave any branches, it's not gonna grow. Because you have like weed growers, they make things called clones, where they'll cut a branch off and they'll plant it in the ground and it'll grow into another. Well, the Lord said He's going to leave neither root nor branch, so that they wouldn't be able to populate.
Yeah, they're not. Esau's never coming back.
Yeah, they say He's going to perish like His own son.
Yeah, He's going to be an urban legend.
That's the boogie's gonna be the scary stories at night.
Yeah, good.
You're like, that ain't real, man. You get the scrolls out. This motherfucker is real.
Jump to verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom unto the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Hey, Jake's kingdom of Israel is going to be an everlasting kingdom. All these other kingdoms, because these other nations, they're going to have kingdoms, but they're going to be servants to the kingdom of Israel, to the nation of Israel. These different nations, they're going to have kings and rulers that are going to have to answer to Jacob. That's why it says that the kingdom and the nation that don't want to follow orders are going to get cursed. They're going to starve. The curses are going to come upon them. Jacob be able to turn their water into blood. All that cool stuff.
Sick frogs and flies.
Locusts go eat up all their crops. Have all their cattle dropping dead. Have all their women's hair start falling out and shit. All kind of these nations are gonna get jacked up if they ain't falling in line.
Okay, so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Baruch.
And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and elders, good well and great millstone. Salutations to all the hopeful elect preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. And, shalom until next time. Keep fighting. Shalom.